welcome to All Things Autism with Team Ratpack. My name is Jen Ratcliffe.
And I'm Brad Ratcliffe. And today we want to talk about overseas travel.
That's right, learning all about some ideas in regards to taking our children overseas, which, as you can imagine, is quite a daunting thing. And I know we were a little bit apprehensive about the whole concept, weren't we, Brad?
Yeah, I remember a long time ago, Jen had a chance to go overseas herself for work, and she came back after travelling to Hong Kong, going to Disneyland, and said, oh, I would love to be able to take the boys to Disneyland. And I just went,
yeah,
not sure on that one. I sort of put that one in the too hard basket.
Yeah. So then the opportunity came around again, just earlier this year, to go to Disneyland.
And the same thoughts came across my mind again. Oh, I'm not too sure. And then
because you were worried about the flight and what would they eat, how would they sleep, would they just keep everybody up on the plane when we got there? How would they go with that? The crowds, there were so many things.
So it's quite easy as a parent that's in this circumstance to really feel that and then just sort of shove it aside and not even attempt it.
Can the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this time we thought, I was like, yeah, we can do this. And so we just contacted other people that we knew who had travelled. That was our first tip, is just to chat to other parents who've got children with autism and find out how did they go, what sort of plans and preparations did they make. And I think that was very helpful. Also, just really planning everything, planning the trip and planning obviously the plane and the actual flight, because it's kind of like 9 hours. And also when we got there, trying to work that out so that it could go really smoothly. So basically it was just a matter of sending emails and contacting the actual the aeroplane people. We flew with Cathay Pacific and they were great, and just contacting the hotel as well, letting them know what time we were coming in so that the boys, we didn't have to all wait for a room and until the afternoon, that there would be one ready early because we were coming in early in the morning. But it was very important on the one of the things we did when we got to the terminal was to go and speak to the gate staff and let them know our situation. Which
meant that when we had the boarding time came up, we started going up to the front gate and they let us in first.
Well, they actually came and got us.
That's right, they did too.
They came and actually collected us, told us, okay, you guys can come on first. So even
before business class went on, we were able to get on the plane. That allowed us a few moments to get the boys settled in their own seats. We even had a chance to take the boys to the toilets, because that can be hard as well to take kids out. Oldest son certainly doesn't like public toilets. And so we had a chance to take him even before anyone else got on the plane. That's right. Get him used to that environment of the small space of the toilet on the plane. And then we took him back to the seat and we were all settled as everyone else started to get into their seats. So that was one good thing that I think we found to be helpful. Something else, obviously I talked about it when we... and it was good actually to have a night flight too, because the boys did sleep a lot and they played with the movies actually because I was a bit sort of thinking, oh, they're just going to be on their iPads, and for 9 hours the iPads are going to go flat. So we bought little extra chargers. We bought the little power packs, but then in the end they enjoyed the movies that were on the flight. They had the little TV screens in behind the seats. And they also had a USB point in on their screen, so that we were able to charge their iPads the whole flight. So that they were charging, they weren't even using those, which was great because then you needed them when you got off. I needed them when they got off. That's right. So that was good. But having that little port, I don't know how many planes have that, but I think that could have been the first time I'd actually seen it. But it was really quite good. So another thing that we also found, if we were a little bit more prepared, was going through customs, because that can take some time going through, and especially in Australia where we have to fill in a few forms along the way. If you go through to customs and then you're receiving your form, it probably would be good to actually fill those out before you get into customs, if you get a few sent to you so that you can fill those in. Otherwise, you're there trying to fill in, your eyes aren't on your children. Yeah, that's right. And it makes it a little bit harder. That was a mistake we made, we didn't fill those in, and we should have done that. And the other thing with going through customs is also... Well, the people
that can help you.
Yeah, and because going through customs these days, you actually go through where they take your photo. Now, a child with autism to stand still for a photo.
Yeah. So you don't want to go through the automatic gates. Just let somebody know, one of the staff at customs, that your child has autism, and then you will go through, and again, quite quickly, we were fast tracked. And I think we went through the pilots and the staff, the flight attendants, gate, but that was great through customs, so nice and quick. So that was a good thing as well. So as far as going, once you arrive at the hotel, just making sure that you can have early check-in if possible. That will be another thing that's helpful. And a hotel with Wi-Fi is great. I must say, where we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel had very quick Wi-Fi in all rooms, and that was really happy.
And not free. Only Wi-Fi, but actual unlimited Wi-Fi.
Unlimited, yeah.
Because sometimes you go and you get like 100 megabyte, which not really enough. Is nothing really.
No, so you do need more. So look, I think that's probably most of the things that we wanted to share about traveling. And one of the things is just really in your mindset as well, that I used to think, how are we going to go? But really, people out there, and I was worried about people and how and whether they'd be helpful. But that's what I did find, was that staff were very helpful and people were really great, and it wasn't as daunting and overwhelming as I thought it would be. So just making sure you've got everything packed. Of course, we know that anyway. We do it all the time. Phones or earmuffs and snacks and whatever your child enjoys to make the trip successful. But we really found it to be quite good. So hopefully those tips are helpful.
We also attempted a few smaller flights around Australia. We just went up to the Gold Coast in Queensland a few years prior, and just went to all the theme parks at the Gold Coast,
which was good.
But it was only an hour flight, so it was a great introduction to plane travel, and the boys seemed to enjoy
and it was
the
great
landing and taking off.
It's like a big ride. So and it desensitized them to the plane and helped them to be familiar with that whole thing. So it's good to do some smaller trips before you do a big one as well.
And going to Hong Kong for us to go to Disneyland was a lot closer and a smaller flight than, say, going to Anaheim in America.
That one's
going for 14 hours.
On the bucket list.
So we'll do that next time.
Yes, so that'll be good. All right, well, we'll wrap it up there for today, but I know we'd love to come back and share a little bit more about some ideas for success in going to theme parks and other places like that. So that's certainly something that we did as a result of our trip to Hong Kong. So hopefully those are handy ideas, and remember to subscribe and like and all those things.
Yes, both on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
So hope you're having a great day.
Happy Green Day.
Did you go to school today?
School today.
And was it like or no like?
Like.
Oh, that's good. And what are you doing now?
Well, we got space dancing.
Oh, space dancing. You want to show? There it is. Like space dancing, don't you? We're going to talk about going on a plane today.
On a plane?
Have you been on a plane?
Where did we go on a plane?
We go on a plane.
We went to
Hong Kong.
To
Disneyland.
Yes. Was it like or no like?
Like.
Say goodbye.
Bye.